India has climbed 23 places to reach the 77th spot among 190 nations in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking. In its annual Doing Business 2019 report, the World Bank has said that India has improved on 6 of the 10 parameters relating to starting and doing business in India. I believe this is linked only to business in Mumbai and in Delhi, not other parts of the country. Last year, India had progressed 30 positions to reach the top 100. Now, the parameters include ease of starting a business, construction permits, trade across borders, starting a business, among others. And you can see that there has been a massive jump in 2017. Construction permits ranked at 181. Today it's 52. That's a jump of 129 points. Trading across borders last year, 146. This year it's at 80. That's gone up 66 points. Starting a business in 2017 was at 156. Now it's 137. That's up by 19 points. Well, joining us now, Ramesh Abhishek, the Secretary of the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. Thanks, sir, very much for being with us. In simple terms, what do these rankings actually mean for people looking to invest in India? Does it really speak for the entire country or just a couple of cities?
See, whenever people make investment decisions, ease of doing business is certainly one of the factors. Now, we know that this is not the only factor, but if your approvals take too long, if it's difficult to start business, difficult to get approvals and permits and so on, obviously, it's a deterrent, and costs also go up because, for example, trading across borders, there is so much of improvement. If the export-import is not easy, obviously it adds to your cost as well. So it definitely encourages investors and investments when they find that you are doing so much better in the business environment of the country.
But enforcing contracts, now we've improved in this one category, just one position from 164 to 163. Why have we done quite poorly over here? Why an improvement of just one position?
If you just look at all the 10 indicators, Vishnu, we have in 3 indicators we are in top 25, in 2 indicators we are in top 80, and in other 5 we are not doing very well. Enforcing contract and registering property are the most challenging of the lot. What happened in enforcing contract, there was law in 2015 on setting up commercial courts, commercial benches and so on, but we could not set up commercial courts in Delhi and Mumbai, though more than 250 commercial courts have been set up in other cities, other districts of the country because of a legal provision. So we have, the Parliament has amended the law this year, and now we have been able to set up commercial courts in Delhi and Mumbai. Already we have done that. So once the cases are disposed of in a fast track manner, I think our enforcing contract rank will improve. But definitely it is something of a medium term, but we could not open commercial courts, which we could do in other parts of the country.
So what was some...
I agree with you, but there have been many positive changes in the Arbitration and Conciliation Act that are also a very positive thing for dispute resolution. But it is true that enforcing contract is a key parameter for businesses.
So what were some of the steps that you did take to get us to the top 25 in 3 indicators, getting electricity, getting credit and protecting minority investors?
See, this year the improvement in getting credit has happened because of the insolvency and bankruptcy code provision, which accords topmost priority to the secured creditors. So that particular legal change through IBC has resulted in the improvement this year. But of course, overall, if you see, we had identified the reforms to be done. That was done 3.5 years back, and we worked with the departments, and wherever legislative changes were required, those have been done. Wherever regulatory changes were necessary, those were done. And process re-engineering, use of technology, and many innovative ideas such as deemed approval, deemed permission, deemed NOC, risk-based approvals and inspection systems. So many new innovations were brought in, plus better communication with the stakeholders, feedback-based reforms again. So I think all these have contributed, but it takes time. There is always a lag between your doing reforms and it's getting reflected in the ranking, because your reforms are not immediately felt on the ground. It takes time. Sometimes it takes 1 year, 2 years or 3 years. So the changes that have been reflected this year in construction permit and trading across border are all reforms done in the last 2 to 3 years. But the important thing is that it takes time, but one has to persevere.
Sir, would you not agree that ease of doing business is all very well, but ultimately the state of the economy will decide whether people actually want to invest, which is why factors such as the banking controversy, the loan crisis, rising fuel costs, currency fluctuations, this is the ultimate decider?
So, Vishnu, as you know, the 10 indicators which are covered by this World Bank Doing Business report are very specific. And they cover a certain number of areas. So right now we are looking at those where we have made an improvement. But of course, business environment is more than ease of doing business. I agree with you.
Right. So, well, it is a huge honor for India actually going up in those rankings, but surely we would want to improve our position even further. Thanks very much indeed. Completely out of time on trending. Till tomorrow. Goodbye.